Okay, good morning, good evening, students. How are you?
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Advait is not coming. Siddhi, not sure, not interested. Okay, we'll continue. So I think in last chapter there was something left. I think we had just missed. We had left with what are the criteria how you will select solar cell. How you are going to select the solar cell.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first criteria, the band gap should be between 1 EV to 1.8 EV. What is band gap? Carolyn, what is band gap? Yes or no? Yes or no?
The gap between conduction 1 and
Yes.
conduction.
So in semiconductors, it is lesser than insulators, but more than conductors. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Aryan. So
Yes, sir, yes.
you should have the band gap between this only. Then only it is possible. Then only the solar cell will work. Yes or no? Otherwise it will not work. That is the first thing. Second thing is what? The optical absorption. It should have high optical absorption. What is optical absorption? Means we saw no. This is the upper part of the end part, and which is made thin. That means it should be able to what? Able to absorb more and more energy. That's why on the top of this they put anti-reflecting stuff. Anti-reflectors. What is anti-reflectors? What is anti-reflectors? So that the sunlight will not reflect. All the energy will be consumed, will be absorbed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it should have high optical absorption. And the third thing is that the material should be easily available. You cannot get anything which is just somebody. That's why it is very particular that we choose solar panels or solar. Whenever you are setting up a solar plant in your house, you should check the availability of the materials. Tomorrow something wrong happens, then you have to change it. Yes or no? Like everybody say that you should always use the product made in your country. Why we will not import? If you import from other countries, if something goes wrong, then where you are going to do the servicing? Can you do servicing? Huh? Aryan,
No, sir.
बाहर से कहीं लाए हो, you have got something from China, now something goes wrong, will you go to China to service rather than you should buy a new one? No. Correct or not?
Yes, sir, yes.
Am I correct, Harsh?
Yes, sir.
So you should get those materials, so you should always check. One is it should be available easily in the market. You cannot get any product just like that. You just check what is the after service. Are you getting the parts in the market easily? So these are the three criteria which you should choose solar cell. Solar cell comes, Cisca has a solar cell, so many companies. Then you have all these batteries, Tata batteries, Microtech. Yes or no? Now you have what do you call that? Luminous. So many companies are there. But you should check at your place whether the service is good. Just don't go by the cheaper ones. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So now let us go to with this. Obviously, we have already studied what are the uses of solar cell. Now we will go to what is LED. What is LED? So what is LED, Aryan? Can you just tell me quickly what is LED?
Sir, light emitting diode.
That is, what is it?
Sir, it converts electrical energy or EMF into light energy.
Very good. So obviously it converts electrical energy to light energy. These are the key points. Always used in the forward biased. Yes or no? Second, third, the light is emitted. The light is emitted due to recombination of electrons and holes. And third, the EG, the band gap, is more than 1.8 eV. These are the key points. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So now let us study about what is LED. More about that. 1 minute, guys. Let me just find out my notes.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute. Sorry. I'm there. Okay. So let us write some notes. So these are very important. What happens actually? So obviously light emitting diode is a PN junction diode which obviously will convert the electrical energy into what? Into the light energy. Yes or no? So
Yes, sir.
normally LEDs are used everywhere. Used in your computers, in your laptops, in your what do you call that? Nowadays it is being used as a decoration purposes. Yes or no? Everywhere it is used. So what exactly happens? So as I told that the diode is always used in what? In forward biased. Yes or no? The P junction is connected to the positive part of the battery and the N junction, negative part, is connected in the negative part of the battery. Yes or no? Why?
Yes.
Why do we use it? So this gives, the forward bias gives the biasing voltage, the minimum voltage for the bias, for the LED to work, the diode to conduct. Yes or no? 0.6 volts. So what happens? So now the LED will have like this. It will be like this. So why the length is why is the length different? Yeah, Aryan, why the length is different? Aryan,
Why is the length different?
yeah, why this length is different? So that you can identify that
Which is anode and cathode.
yes, which is the positive end and which is the negative end. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what happened? What happens exactly? So this how the you draw the this how you connect the diode. So let us draw the diagram. Let us draw the diagram. You will have a P junction. We will draw like this. So in P side, what are the majority carriers? Holes, yes or no? And in the N side, you have what? Electrons, yes or no? So obviously you will have minority carriers also, and here you also you will have minority carriers. Yes. So now, and what is this? This part? DL, driving license. Is it so? Depletion layer. So remember, when in the forward biased, the depletion layer always is thin in the forward biased, and in the reverse bias, the depletion layer is always thick. Clear? So when this, what happens? So obviously you provide the battery through the forward biased, the energy is being given to the diode, and this energy will force the hole from this side and the electrons from this side to combine, to combine, to combine. And this recombination gives to light in simple sense. But 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 is it so that minority carriers don't combine? Without the forward biased, is it not that the holes and the electron doesn't combine? Yes, they do combine, but they don't have that much energy to give the light. So if you study the actual what happens during this time, how does this generate light? Now you remember we studied Balmer series, Paschen series. Yes or no, Aryan?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
So what is that? These are basically all the. So when you talk about an atom will have various orbits. Yes or no? And in that you have various electrons. So now tell me, which is the electrons which which gets excited? Hello? Okay. What are the electrons which gets excited? Is it the valence electrons or the inner electrons? It's always the valence electrons. So if you want to excite an electron, you have to give energy or you have to release energy. If you want to change the electron orbit to a higher orbit, do you have to provide energy or you have to take out energy? Hello?
Provide? Yes, sir.
Provide energy. So this biasing actually gives energy, gives this electron kind of push, kind of excitement to go to the higher orbit. But do you mean to say that after it gets excited, are these electrons going to stay there permanently? Gerlin, are they going to stay there permanently? What? Yes, sir. If I excite the electron will completely stay here, will not come back.
Yes, sir.
They will come back. So, electron gets energy and goes to that state, higher state. But however, this this energy or this they remain there for a limited number of time. They don't remain there permanently. And what happens? They start getting they come down, they come to the ground state, to their original state. And when they come down from the from the excited state to their own ground state, remember Paschen Balmer series, they release what? Light. And what is light? It is nothing but the h nu. Frequency E equal to h nu. So the photons are released. Understood? Is it clear, Aryan?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And so it is simple. So how the recombination? Electrons now here an electron is there. Electron goes to here. So what does it, when the electron leaves here and comes here, it remains a hole. It creates a hole. Yes or no? And when this electron will come back, will occupy its own space, it releases energy. And that's how this light is generated. And now you will tell, sir, why we are having different types of light? It depends on what is the frequency. It depends on what is the frequency. Because we have seen that Vibgyor, the light, red light has the minimum frequency and the violet has the maximum frequency. Frequency. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So obviously, when your frequency is more, so you can change, you can get a light based on the frequency. So that's how the diode is generated. So you have green diode, green LED, red LED, and you have violet LED. So depending on how the make is, what type of energy it releases, what frequency it releases, it will depend. So you cannot just generate in one LED all the colors. No, they are made in such a way that it will only accept that type of, it will conduct only for that type of light, it will release only that type of light. So based on the frequency, the light is determined. But now you say, sir, does this forward biasing, does the voltage what we are providing, does it has any effect on the intensity of the light? Yes. Now, if you provide low voltage, then the LED will glow very light, not so bright. Now, if you increase, it will be brighter. So, the output of the intensity, the intensity of the output and intensity of the LED, the emission intensity will depend on the voltage, the input voltage. But that doesn't mean that you keep on increasing and you keep on giving more light. After a certain time, it will burst, it will not conduct, the LED will die down, break down. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All of you clear? Aryan clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what is the advantage of LED? What is the advantage of LED? Anybody? What is the advantage? First thing is that it is energy efficient. Yes or no? It is energy efficient. It will not eat that much energy. You will not get so much of bills. So more light output. Output is more by taking less input. That is why you have now, remember once upon a time you had LCD TVs. Yes or no? Liquid crystal display. Then came LED TV. Yes or no? And now you have OLED. Now you have quantum something. So many things have come. Yes or no? Why? Because they give better output and with lesser input. That's how efficiency is more. Yes or no? Aryan eats 2 chapatis and works 10 hours per day. Harsh eats 10 chapatis, work for 2 hours every day. Whom I will feed? Aryan or Harsh?
Aryan.
Aryan. Because Aryan is efficient. That means if 2 chapati Aryan is doing 10 hours, I will get another 2 chapati, Aryan will work 20 hours. But Harsh, if I have to make him work for 4 hours, I have to provide another 10 hours. So the input is lesser than the output, then it is less efficient. If the input is lesser than the output, it is less efficient. Sorry, high efficient. This is input lesser than the output. But if the output is lesser than the input, then it is less efficient. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second, they have a bigger life. 50,000 something is saying 50,000 hours of light. That much hours it can glow. 50,000 hours. You think? So let's say one day 24 hours. Yes or no? 365 days. Let's say you are using light only for 10 hours. per day. So in 365 days, you will use how many? Almost 4,000 hours. Yes or no?
Yes.
So when you say 50,000 hours, if you divide by 4,000, almost it comes to how much? 10 years. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So one LED light will glow for 10 years. So is it not cost effective?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
So the and what about next? LEDs are solid state lights. They are made up of solid material with no filament. That means they are not so vulnerable. Like if you get a bulb, that what is that bulb called? Have you seen these bulbs? Have you seen anybody?
Yes, sir.
25 rupees, 30 rupees. If you
Yes,
glow,
sir.
there lot of chances that it get fused, it get heated up, it will eat up lot of energy. So, but if you use a LED, it is hardly anything. They are much better than this, energy efficient also, and they don't get heated up, and they do not have any filament, no chance of no vulnerability. It will not break, it not get fused up. LEDs are all very important. No warm up, no, it doesn't get warm, and also you get better colors. If you want to use it for disco purposes, you can have better colors. And next, obviously environment friendly. No power, less power, no harm. You are not creating any harm to the environment. Environment friendly, eco friendly. And one more, controllable. You can control the brightness. You can control the brightness with, but these are not so. You cannot control so easily. There can be controllable, the brightness and the color. Have you seen that one light came, no, Alexa? Have you heard about this smart bulb?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So what is that? These are that only. Yes or no? So various LEDs are actually connected in such a way that you can control it from using your Wi-Fi. Wireless, you can use it. So is it not amazing?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Hmm? So hope you all understood what is LED.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Understood.
Good. So now let us go to what are the application of LED. Tell me. First is they are used in various where counters. What counters? Counting machines. Yes
Yes,
or no?
sir.
Weight machines, calculators, computers, televisions, biggest, bulbs. Yes?
Yes.
Are almost everywhere. Display screens of cell phone. Indicators. Have you? Do you have any phone which tells that it is charging? Have you seen? It flickers light. Yes or no? Notification comes. So what are these?
Yes,
LED
sir.
only. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. So now let us come to the next topic. What is transistors? What is transistors? What is transistor? Aryan?
Uh, Sir, it is semiconductor devices with three connections.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they do amplification in addition or rectification.
Yeah. So transistor is a device. Again, it's a device. Okay. Or either device with three terminal device. It's a three terminal device. Device with three terminals. Diode is a two terminals. Yes or no? This is a three terminal which transfers. You can note down. This is a three terminal device which transfers electric. Okay, let us write electric. Would transfer signals from low resistance circuit to high resistance circuit. device is a three-terminal device which transfers signals from low resistance circuit to a high resistance circuit. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So how it is made? How it is made? It is made up of using either NPN or PNP. Yes or no? That means you are using either 2N. It's basically like a sandwich. Two bread. Some people use jam here. Some people use cheese here. Some people use chicken salami. So many things. Cheese, butter. So either you can have like this, or you can have. So the 2N, sorry, the P is sandwiched between 2N, or 1N is being sandwiched between 2P. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Aryan, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what are the three terminals? When you say three terminals, one is called emitter, one is called base.
Emitter, base and collector.
Very good. EBC. What is emitter? Let us go to what is emitter. So what is emitter? Emitter is which emits. Yes or no? Which emits.
Yes, sir.
Simple.
Electron. Yes, sir.
Which emits. It emits. You say majority carriers, not electrons. We say majority carriers.
Okay.
Because why you tell me? Why I am using this majority carrier? See, when you're using P, here majority carriers are not electrons. No, here it is holes.
Yes, yes.
When you're using N, here it is electrons. So you say it emits majority charge carriers towards base. Clear? And obviously it is highly doped. Yes or no? The doping is highly. So if you are using a P, it is highly doped. And if you are using N, it is highly doped. It is highly doped. So that you will get more and more charge carriers. Yes or no? Next,
Yes, sir.
come to base. What is base? It is the middle part. Now, always how will you remember? You remember sandwich. Two sandwich and inside that cheese. That cheese is called the base. This is called emitter. This is base. This is collector. So emitter is smaller. Collector is largest. Remember, the area of the emitter is smaller than collector and the base is the smallest. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So what is base? Base is the middle part of the sandwich. Middle part of the, not sandwich, middle part of the transistor. I am also telling sandwich. Which is sandwiched by the emitter and collector. And it is lightly doped. Emitter is highly doped and it is lightly doped. And this is thinnest. This is medium. The thickness is medium here. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now let us come to the collector. So what collector? Is a ticket collector? No. It collects what? What? Again you say majority
Carrier.
charge carriers. So this the right part of the transistor which collects majority charge carriers and it has the largest size. The area is largest and this is moderately doped. Moderately doped. Highly doped is the emitter, moderately doped is the collector, and lightly doped is the base. This is medium thick, this is thinnest, and this is largest or thickest. If you say about area wise, you can consider like this. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now there are two types of transistors. One is called NPN and one is called PNP. So how will the NPN looks like? And if I draw the diagram, now if somebody says what is this arrow means, I will really give hats off to him. Why the arrow is like this for NPN and PNP it is like this? Who will tell me?
Yes, sir.
Tell me. Who will tell me? Use your brains. Come on. Use your brains. Hmm? Come on. Aryan,
Yes, sir.
batao. Harsh, Carlin, what this arrow signifies? Why this arrow in NPN it is like this and PNP it is like this?
For NPN, it's the base to emitter.
What? But we saw emitter always emits, no? So in both the places,
Sir, arrow indicates the flow of holes.
holes are.
Yes, sir.
Flow of holes. Why?
Yes, sir, because it is opposite to the way the conventional current flows, the flow of electrons.
You are almost correct, but it's not correctly. So arrow indicates the flow of current. Now in NPN, what is the majority charge carriers mean emitter here? Electrons. In NPN transistor, this is the N side, no? So N side, what are the majority charge carriers? Electrons or not? So electrons will flow like this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And here, what will flow? Holes will flow from emitter to base.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So when you say what is conventional current, the conventional current is nothing but the direction of what? Holes. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So since electron flows this way, how? In this way, from emitter to base in NPN, the conventional will flow in this direction, and here the holes will flow in this direction, because in PNP the emitter is the P side and is the majority charge carriers are holes. Since holes will flow from E to B, so we say when it's the direction of the current, not the holes. We don't write electron, just say it is the direction of the current. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All of you clear? Don't get confused. Okay. So tomorrow anybody asks you what is this, just say that it is the flow of the current. Why? Because logic. E is the negative side, more electrons. B is the less electrons. So obviously electron will flow from E to B here. And since electron flow from E to B, the current will flow from B to E. Here the electrons will not flow. Here the holes will flow because holes are the majority carriers in emitter side. So it is the conventional current which defines what is the arrow. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us write some key points and then we'll go ahead. So in transistor, as we said, there are emitter, base, collector. Yes or no? Yes. So the junction between the emitter and the base, this junction. So now can you say there are two? In PN junction diode, you have only one junction. Yes or no? But here you are how many junction? Two junction? Yes or no? So the junction between the emitter and the base is called JEB, and the junction between the base and the collector is called
ABC,
JBC,
yes, sir.
or you can say CB also. Your wish. We commonly write as EB and CB. EB, CB. EB and CB. Collector base. Emitter base, collector base. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now remember this. It will be helpful. Let us draw a column. Write emitter base, collector base, and region of working. Okay. So first we say that let us consider NPN first. Okay. So I think you have only NPN only in your syllabus, or you have PNP also. Carlin, Harsh and Advait, Harsh and Aryan, do you have NP both this thing, or
Yes, sir, sorry.
NPN दोनों है क्या? NPN और PNP दोनों है या केवल PNP?
है सर, वो कॉमन बेस एमिटर वोल्टेज इन उसका वो डेरिवेशन है वो सर है सर.
नहीं, I think you have only NPN. You don't have PNP.
ये सर मोस्टली एमपीएन ही है.
You don't have any PNP. So it's all NPN only, no? Correct, no Harsh?
हाँ सर, हाँ.
PNP नहीं है ना? क्यों पढ़ेंगे? PNP नहीं पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है ना? छोड़ो. Okay. So this is the NPN transistor, NPN, and first is forward biased. The emitter biased is the forward biased, and the collector base is reversed bias. So the transistor is in the active state. Emitter bias is reverse bias, and the collector base is forward biased. This is inverse active. Just remember this. Emitter base is reverse bias. Forward bias, collector base also reverse bias, is called cutoff. Cutoff means transistor is not working. Emitter base is forward biased. Reverse base also forward biased. It is called saturation. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You'll get questions from this. Maybe 1 mark you may get. Okay. So now we will study the working of a. Let me. Have you noted down or shall I rub it?
Sir, rub it, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Note down.
Forward bias. So how will you remember? FRB, FBRB, active. Or emitter base should be forward biased. Collector base should be reverse biased, active. And inverse active is so either or should be forward bias, reverse bias. If both are reverse bias, cut off means it will not work. Both are forward bias, saturation means more current will flow because you are giving more electrons will flow. Okay, so always what is inverse active? Active means if the current is in this direction, inverse active means opposite direction. The current, only the direction of the current will change, the output will change. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So now let us to come to working of NPN transistor. Yes. So how will you, let us draw the diagram? So now tell me, obviously the NPN transistor. So which emitter base collector? Is it the which is forward bias? Which is the emitter base forward bias or emitter base reverse bias?
Emitter base are in reverse bias, sir.
How beta? This is the N side, no?
Yes, yes, sir. 1 minute.
The N side, no? N side is connected to the N. Emitter base is forward biased.
Yes, yes, sir.
Collector base is reverse bias. Understood?
Yes, yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Aryan clear? Harsh clear?
हाँ सर, हाँ सर. समझा.
Check the emitter. We are talking about NPN. This is the N side. N side is connected to the negative side of the battery. Okay. So the emitter base junction is forward biased and the collector base junction is reverse biased for NPN transistor as shown below. So if you draw in this way, how will you draw? Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And this is the current. Okay. So the current going from emitter is called IE. What is called IE? Current going inside the base is called IB. Current going inside the collector is called IC. Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So now we are forward biasing the emitter base. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So in emitter, what are the majority carriers? Yes or no? Electrons.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Here also you have electrons? Yes. But here you will say you have less electrons at present. Why? Because we have seen that collector is what? Lightly doped. Yes or no? Lightly doped? No. Base is lightly doped. Collector is moderately doped. Yes or no? So, when you are forward biasing the emitter, what will happen to the electrons? What will happen to the electrons? So, when you are forward biasing the electrons, here you have electrons. That means the electric field will repel the electrons. The electrons will get a repulsion because here your negative, both negative, negative will repel. They will get repelled towards what? Towards base. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. They are forced and they come to the base. Okay. So, but in base, what is there? Base, what is there? P, no? Base is P. So, what are the majority
Yes, sir.
carriers in base? Holes.
Holes.
So, when the electrons will come here, what will happen? 5% of the electrons will get recombined with the holes. 5% of the electrons from the emitter recombines with the holes in the base, and remaining 95%, what happens to them? They enter the collector region. Clear? Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Because collector is what? Positively connected. Collector is positive. So the electrons, one side is getting repelled by the negative side of the cell, and one other side they are being pulled by the collector, because collector is positively, because there the positive side of the battery is connected to the collector. So it is as good as saying that here Carolyn is standing, here Harsh is standing, and here Aryan is standing. So what Aryan is doing? Aryan is pushing Carolyn, and simultaneously Harsh is pulling Carolyn. So now tell me, will not Carolyn go faster?
Yes, sir. Yes.
It is the same thing which is happening. So the electrons in the emitter are being repelled by the negative side of this cell, and simultaneously, because the positive side of the battery is connected to the collector, there is a positive attracting force which is taking most of the electrons here. Only remaining part of the, only 5% of the electrons are combining with the holes in the base and getting neutralized. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now tell me simple. 100%, out of 100%, only 95% is going inside the collector. 5% is there. So can't we say that the electrons, the current, obviously when this is the electron direction. The electron direction is this one, this is the electron direction. Will not the conventional current is opposite direction?
Yes, yes, sir.
So now see, the quantity of electrons going from from emitter to collector is more. The emitter sends more electrons, but only few of them, few of them stay here. Minimum goes here. So can't we say the amount of electrons sending by emitter is more than the amount of electrons received by the collector? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
yes,
can we
yes.
say that IE is greater than IC?
Yes, sir. I is written as I see it.
So that means what? So, but then what is the minimum? What is the difference? That the difference is IB. So your IE is equal to IB
IB
plus
plus IT
IC. That means 100 equal to 5 plus 95.
plus 95. Yes, sir.
So the base current is the difference of the current of collector current and the emitter current. IE minus IC
Yes.
equal to IB.
Yes, sir.
All of you clear?
Yes, sir. Clear. Yes, sir. Understood.
Fundamentally clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I don't know. I feel that many teachers can't teach this properly. They always get
Yes, sir.
confused. Yes or no?
Uh,
I know little confusing, but are you okay? Is fundamentally clear?
yes, sir. Understood. Yes, sir.
Hmm? So I don't want to teach. I don't want to teach about further B, BC. We'll do in next class because Advait is not there. So
Yes, sir.
uh,
I had actually completed learning this chapter. I just one, two question answers doubts in transition. So I'll send it to you.
yeah, we'll explain it so that I will also come prepare. It'll be great for the class. So Aryan, one help. Can you just check with Advait that